Right, let's get straight into this next video. This is talking around our 4 profit levers because it's not just the rental income we make money from. So what I'm going to do here, I want to give you a live example of a property that I recently put an offer in. So the house was on the market for £180,000. Now, because they were motivated sellers, which I'll talk around in a separate video, they reduced the property from £180,000 to £150,000. So me being cheeky as I am, I put an offer in for £138,000, which they declined, but we negotiated and we come to a settlement figure of £145,500, which gave me a great discount. So now let's go through the 4 profit levers so I can show you how we make money from this property. So profit lever number 1 is the discount. Now, I've talked around that already. We've got a discount of £34,500 off the asking price, which is fantastic and a great start. So it's going to lower my mortgage and help me out in the long term. Number 2 is cash flow. Now, this property, service accommodation, after all bills are paid, we should turn over around £1,400 per calendar month. So over the year, that should bring in about £17,000, which is a good turnover for this particular property. So number 3 is equity growth. Any property that I look to purchase, I look at the local economy, I go on various websites like Savills, for example, and understand the equity growth within the property sector within that region. So I can understand how much growth we're going to see over a couple of years. Now, what I do as a property investor, I look to remortgage every 2 years. So let's go through the numbers on this one. So this particular area, this property should go up in value by 3.9% every year, or for the next 3 or 4 years. So what we do is £180,000 times that by 3.9% gives me £7,020. So in the first year, I know that this property should go up to £187,000. Year 2, again, we get £187,000 and times that by 3.9%, which gives me £7,290. Great stuff. So over the 2 years, we should expect equity growth to go up by £14,310, which is great. So let's talk about number 4. And this is the important one, refinancing. So as a property investor, like I said, every 2 years we look to remortgage to release that equity tax-free. That's right. We release the equity tax-free that goes into our bank account so we can invest in other properties or use it for our lifestyle. It's completely up to us. So let's now go through the numbers. So cash flow over 2 years. So as we said with this, it's a 2-year deal. So cash flow, 17 times 2 means that cash flow over the 2-year period is £34,200 after all bills are paid. Now we look at the refinance at £48,000. So £48,000 plus the £34,000 means that we should see in 2 years, we should turn over £83,000, which is a fantastic deal with this particular property. Now, in most cases, you would probably get between a 5 and 10% discount on a property, which is a great for your discount and great for your refinancing. But in this particular one, I got a discount of 19%, and that isn't normal. So don't expect this to be the norm. This is a little bit exaggerated, but a 19% discount, I was absolutely thrilled with. Now, the next stage of this can be a little bit, not complicated, but a little bit of a grey area. Now, with this particular property, it's a little bit unique where it is. So when you get a property surveyor to come out to survey the property and understand how much that is actually worth, what they would do is they look at the property and they look at the surrounding area by around about a 2-mile radius. And if there's no other property like it, they will really struggle to value the property at what I believe it is over 2 years of £194,000. So potentially, because it's a bit of a quirky property, they may not value it the same as me, which is a bit of a shame. But if they don't, let's just run through the numbers again. If they look at that and go, well, it did go on the market for £180,000, but it was purchased at £145,000, they wouldn't really ask me why. They would do their analysis, they'd look at the local market, they'd look at what other properties have increased in a certain value over a certain period of time, and they would come to their own valuation. Now, in this particular example, if they don't give me the £48,000 and they come in at, I don't know, £35,000, it means that I'm still going to make 70k over 2 years, which is still a fantastic deal. Now, in most circumstances, when we buy property, the types of property that I buy are not quirky. They're just standard properties. So when it comes to the property surveyor coming out and they do their like-for-like check over a 2-mile radius, I'm quietly confident that my calculations are correct. On this particular example, because it is a quirky property, I was absolutely staggered with my discount. at £34,000, plus the turnover was really good. So I know that if my equity release is also good, the refinancing is so positive that I had to go for this property, because I know in 2 years, between £70,000 to £83,000 we're going to make off this property. So I hope that makes sense. But any questions at all, please put it in the comments box, or like and subscribe as well. That'd be fantastic. And I'll see you in the next video. Many thanks.